Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee, and I did not stand for the national anthem because I'm wired up like an early Christmas tree. Dateline Chicago. As the city grapples with measures that would adequately address the infectious disease's unchecked spread, rising coronavirus cases forced Chicago this week to set up temporary bars in hospitals. You heard that right. With more Chicagoans testing positive and requiring medical care, we have no choice but to fight this thing by adding more bars and restaurants to the city's medical facilities, including emergency tents for crowded eateries and transforming wards normally used for surgery patients into makeshift taverns, said Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, adding that if the number of hospital admissions continued to rise, the city would be forced to put nurses who had tested positive for coronavirus but were asymptomatic back to work taking drink orders. Of course, we'll encourage all of our in-house or in-hospital cafes, dive bars, and barbecue joints to comply with local mask orders, including having patrons wear your mask when your server's delivering appetizers to your bedside or on any trips to the bathroom that pass by the intensive care unit. We'll also close them at 11 p.m. every night to ensure we don't spread coronavirus any more than we have to. During this troubling time, we're doing everything we can, so we also ask that everyone remain calm. This is an emergency situation, and we may run out of critical supplies like tequila and limes. Lightfoot added that if the coronavirus spread could not be contained, Chicago officials would be forced to turn some of the city's parks and beaches into pop-up hospital bars. That's the news. On with the show.
Alrighty. Sounded crazy, and I hate to upset you, but your audio's out of sync, Lewis.
It's out of sync?
Yep.
You're half a second behind.
Oh, Lewis has got some technical issues. We've been working.
I am about to blow a gasket. And you knew that before my mouth said it.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Well, thank you, Carl. I appreciate it. No, I've got that.
It might not be your equipment. It could be StreamYard.
Yeah.
No, it's the equipment, because what's happening is you're getting the video through my Blackmagic switcher, which is connected through a USB.
Oh, you got your new switcher.
I got the new switcher. This one's mine. See, that's the far away camera, and then this is the over the shoulder shot. Show you the kind of setup that I've got. I put my camera right in front of the screen so that I can look at you guys, but it looks like I'm looking at you in the eyes. But, and then of course the computer, we are brought to you by Captain Dan's High Flying Blunts. Thank you for that commercial message.
Yeah.
I thought my video had frozen, but all of a sudden I'm back to my normal 30-second delay.
Yeah, of course, Dan's probably saying me right.
Probably.
Okay. Here's
oh, wait,
the deal.
This isn't a Japanese movie. Everybody's voice matches their lips.
He said that without laughing.
Carl says just had a few millisecond delay on the sound, probably.
All right. If it becomes annoying, then I will shut the switcher down and we'll just go to the webcam. But this is disheartening.
It was working perfectly the other day.
I know. When you and I were on that Facebook call, the Facebook Messenger call, it worked perfectly. Audio and everything. And I can see my audio.
It worked fine when you borrowed the one from the other guy too.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't have any problems then either.
Yeah. Okay. Let me show you. But you can see, I'm getting VU levels from all the microphones that are hooked up to the Blackmagic switcher. Let me see.
Do me a weird favor.
Yeah, screw it. There we go.
Turn the camera to you and use the mic furthest away from you. Let's see what the sync is on that versus the face.
Well, I'll have to change it in the settings. Don't
worry about it. Don't worry about it then.
Okay. Well,
I was gonna say, because if it was just like button flipping, like mic 2, camera 1.
I actually tried that. I tried using the onboard camera mic, and that didn't work. So
It's new.
I'm
It's
not
new
sure.
tech. So
well, and we couldn't get it to work on the Facebook Messenger just now. But this is the same mixer, same connections, same setup.
I blame the internet.
Yep. I blame Thespis.
And I used this Thursday night when I wasn't here. I used this Thursday night to broadcast a meeting from the Walden Club. Everything went flawlessly. So
it's a StreamYard problem.
It's either a StreamYard problem or it's a connection to my iMac problem.
I think it's a StreamYard problem. Because I bet if you logged off this page and logged back on, it'd fix it.
He tried already.
Well, we've already tried that.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
What
That only works
what
when I'm
internet
waking up.
connection did you use?
Pardon?
What internet connection did you use Thursday night?
I used the Walden Clubs.
Probably
Okay.
EPB.
I don't know what they have, but
Well, I was wondering, did you have to change a setting to make that work?
no.
Okay.
But I was using WebEx, if that makes any difference.
Okay.
Yeah, the organization that I was doing that for, they hold their virtual meetings on WebEx. So, and what was weird, they had a projector set up in the Walden Club because they do continuing education at these meetings, and so they had 3 of the presenters that were able to make it live, and then 2 that could only join via WebEx. So we had they had a laptop and a projector set up in the room. I just had one camera set up, and that was on the podium. And so when the presenters that were on WebEx, when it was their turn to present, they were going to be up on the projector on the screen, but nobody brought speakers. So thankfully, my laptop has some banging speakers because it's a gamer's laptop. It's got some banging speakers. So I just turned them up on my laptop and I said, "Can everybody hear?" And they said, "Yeah." So
All right.
I was able to
I thought
save the day.
maybe you had to change a setting somewhere
No,
to log into their system.
really, the only thing that's different is I did upgrade my Mac OS. I'm running Big Sur now. But that shouldn't really have anything to do with it.
All those new features.
Yeah.
That you might need to upgrade your Black Magic or your Black Magic's no longer compatible.
Do you have latest firmwares and stuff for Blackmagic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm out of options then.
Well, we could always
I blame
email
Zucker- I
Stephanie
blame
and ask if
Zuckerberg.
there are any sunspots.
It's nighttime.
Oh, that looks so much like my office, only yours is less cluttered.
Oh, this one. Well,
Oh, really?
you got the
I've
I
got
love,
an
Man,
entire-
pull back the curtain.
that's the I Love Me wall. That's a bunch of credentials from events that I've covered. But, yeah. And
That's
No,
a
I was
good-
talking
that's a
about all
good
the
shot
wires
right
coming
there.
up, the stuff on your disk.
oh, God, yeah. No, well, this is the video switcher. And
So it's got all
got
different cables,
4 HDMI cables going in, 1 going out, a USB-C going out, and a power going in. And it did have a microphone going into a little mini jack here. But
I don't know if this will work, but it's something compare. Oops, now I accidentally turned the damn lights on. Let me see here.
oh, speaking of
Maybe I'll
lights,
need those.
Joe, I just ordered 2 stand lights, video lights that are 5,000 lumen, and they are RGB and completely controllable from an app. So I can make them any color that I want.
RGB or RGBW?
RGB.
Okay. You know the difference, right?
Well, yeah, okay. It does have pure white LEDs also.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome.
And
then.
they
Yeah.
are also adjustable from 32 to 5600 degrees Kelvin.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that you get good warm and softs on that. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was looking at one and they said it was RGBW. The moment I clicked order, they're like, "Here's your RGB kit." I'm like, "Nope, nope, I need white." I'm sorry,
Yeah.
can't do it without white.
Yeah.
Because if not, it turns pink.
Look at all Dan's wiring. set up.
Golly, Dan.
Look at that rat's nest. About as bad as me on the backside of my computer.
Then I have that, and
I've
I
seen
have
nuclear
this.
submarines that weren't that complicated.
And then he has three computers going on the internet. No wonder why his connection isn't amazing.
Oh well, yeah. I've got two live right now. One for the comments, which is the desktop, and then I've got this laptop for actual what I'm doing now. But I've got something like 15 terabytes worth of external hard drives.
Golly.
Wait a minute. Please tell me they're not plugged in right now.
Are you a WikiLeaks server or
Not
something?
all of them.
Any of them
No, I'm
plugged in
just
right now?
an internet publisher.
What you
And
want to
what-
bet he's got a Guy Fawkes mask hidden behind that flag?
Hey, John.
No.
ever seen one of
there
these?
is a Rocky Horror mask somewhere in there. Yeah.
You know what that is?
Well, it looks like a headset, but
Looks like it's looks like it's
Well,
broken.
you were obviously never a tanker or a covert operative.
No.
Oh, is that a
I know what it is. I'm just not sure of the brand.
Yep. It's throat mic.
No,
Oh,
I got this.
I had to use something like that at work, actually.
Oh, yeah? Well,
tankers
I got
got the
this when I was at
tankers got the
Channel
helmet.
12. Well, I got this at Channel 12 because the satellite truck, the cab of the satellite truck, was so freaking noisy. It was so loud in there, and I would have to make calls to the satellite company to book time and to the producers back at the station to coordinate live shots and all that. And this was the only way they could hear me on the old flip phones that we had. So, and I was digging through some boxes trying to find the rest of my HDMI cables, and that was in it. And I was like, "Oh, that is so cool." Now I tried it out the other day, and it sounded like crud.
Yeah.
Or else I would have used it on this. But,
No, we use CVC or CVC helmets. Got the big boom mic,
mhm.
and they've got a newer one out. It's supposed to be better. It's a government contract. It's supposed to be
For a
better.
given definition of better.
Not broken half the time.
Yeah.
Better meaning
Government
not as
contract
much built.
built by the lowest bidder. Oh. Damn, Corona really
There's
needs wine.
there's a missing person. Where's Heather?
Heather is doing assignment.
Assignment for
Oh, she's
school
nursing.
or for
School,
us?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She is on assignment.
okay.
Yep. Hey, the girl is working her ass off. Give her a break.
Oh, I told her.
I'm married to a retired nurse. I know what it's like. Well, my sister-in-law is a nurse for premature infants at the local hospital,
Oh, NICU.
and so I've got double that.
I got bored.
I know what it's.
A nutcracker?
That is out
A
of
miniature
focus. It looks
nutcracker?
like a teeny tiny battery.
That is a 6 foot tall man
Yeah, that's going to be a 6 foot tall man.
that doesn't focus. Put your hand up. There you go. But then put your hand up behind you. Other way. There you go. There he goes. Barely in focus.
Okay.
He's shiny though.
I'm going to make about 4 or 5 little 6 foot man for a diorama that I'm building.
It should turn out pretty nice. I saw part of it.
Yeah.
I have a conundrum, guys. I came upon a whole
Yeah.
bunch of horror movies. Skunk needs to help me out on this. I haven't seen a lot of any of the series.
What?
These are the
He would be
series
the expert,
these are the
yes.
series I can choose from. And I want to watch the entire series. Do what?
What are we talking about? I wasn't. What?
Oh, I have a conundrum.
was
I
confused.
acquired
What
a
did you
bunch
say?
of. Oh, I said I acquired a bunch of series that I want to start one, and I've only seen like 1 or 2 movies from each one. You guys are going to help me pick what series I watch first. I got the Alien
Your
series.
time to shine. Okay.
Yep. All right, I got. This is all of what I acquired in the past 2 days. The
Okay.
Alien series, the Evil Dead
No.
series, Cube, which
No.
I've already seen except for the 3rd one, Friday the 13th,
No.
Halloween,
No. No.
Hellraiser, Nightmare
No.
on Elm Street, and The Purge. Which one should I watch?
Oh.
Definitely
Shit,
Alien.
that's a hard choice between those two.
Evil Dead. The first 2 are kind of cheesy.
Evil Dead, you should
Evil
watch
Dead
in
is
order.
great. And then here's the thing: is that each one of the ones
but
that
they
he
build
picked-
up to the 3rd one.
Each one of the ones that he picked are there's individual films in each one that are fantastic. There's a lot of them that are crap.
Yeah.
All right, which one is the shiniest turd?
Alien.
No,
Alien.
wrong, incorrect.
Nope.
No,
That's an Alien
no.
series.
100% wrong.
And the only Halloween movie I don't have is the 2018 one or 2019 one, whichever one
But
came out just recently.
there are 3 good Alien films, and most people would disagree with me and say that there are only 2 good Alien films. I like Alien 3. Y'all can kiss my ass.
I've only seen Aliens
Yeah,
out of the
that's okay.
list.
I like
I've only
Alien
seen the
3.
first Evil Dead. Like I've only seen like the first 2 Friday the 13th.
Well, you've seen it. You haven't seen
Jason
Army of
X.
Darkness?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Like
weird.
I'm sheltered as far as all this stuff goes. Like I saw
Weird.
Dream Warriors and New Nightmare for the Freddy stuff. Like I'm like
See,
super
that's-
sheltered.
See, me being such a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan, I'm ready to say Nightmare on Elm Street. But you also have all the Purge movies.
I've never seen a single Purge movie.
And the thing about the Purge movies is that the Purge movies, the Purge films are a little ass backwards. Do you know how most series start off with one really good movie and then the sequel is complete shit?
Mm-hmm.
Purge ain't like that. Purge starts out with an okay movie, and then the sequel is amazing.
Because I've come across all of them, and I'm like, well,
The sequel to the first sequel of The Purge is really good. The next sequel is where they start getting kind of preachy, and they're a lot more overt in the next 2 movies about because the first 2 movies is just hinted at, really. Like in the first one, it's just all like, hey, the guy who's being chased by the creepy prep school kids, he happens to be black. And then in the next movie, they don't really expound about it at all. It's just kind of all these people together. Well, they have the mother and child who live in the projects, and then the projects get raided by a guy who it looks like a farmer. He's murdering everybody. They call him Big Daddy. In the 3rd movie, that's when they get really overt about it, because they hired this mercenary team to try to kill the woman who's running for president. And who did they hire? Oh, it's just the White Power Company.
well, of course
Get it?
it is.
And then the next movie, it's the prequel. And again, there's a scene where the government's like, we have to send in mercenaries to get the numbers up to make the experiment look like it worked. And the first 2 sets of mercenaries that you see show up in the movie is a bunch of guys in racist clown, like rubber clown mask things that are all like minstrel show looking, and the KKK. Like, they're very overt about it in the sequels. It's like, guess what? This whole entire experiment is just to kill black people.
That's not
For a horrifying
but-
movie, actually.
Yeah.
But
That's-
the second one is really, really, really good. It's probably it's probably the best out of the series. The
All
third
right,
one's
so
got some cool scenes, but the second one's really good.
Now, does the second one stand on its own if I watch it by itself?
Yes, but the sequels do not. And there's a lot of. The second one starts off with you kind of already knowing what the deal with the Purge is.
Yeah.
So that it's pretty easy concept to figure out, put two and two together.
Yeah.
But there's also a scene in the second one that calls back to the first one. So I would still recommend seeing the first one first. But the first one, because it takes place in the future, the first one has some future stuff in it that doesn't really play into the sequels. Not really. It's weird. It's hard to explain. The first one's a little bit more art house. The second one's like, if it's sort of like how the first, like, Terminator is a science fiction horror film with robots. It's not an action movie, even though there's a lot of guns. It's not an action movie. It's more of a straight up horror film.
Yeah, it's a juggernaut horror film.
It's a straight up.
It's like a slasher movie with guns.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Terminator 2 is an action movie.
Yeah.
Terminator 2 has action set pieces. Even though it's kind of filmed like a horror film, it's action set pieces. It's people, it's fight scenes and explosions and motorcycles, and it is
guns. Yeah.
And then they
The
go.
feel
they go
is similar,
full-bore
but it
action.
is distinctly different at the same time.
They knew the fight was coming. So.
Yeah. The Purge is sort of like that. The first movie is like this weird, like, what is the future gonna look like sort of thing. And then the second movie is just like, hey, it's people running around downtown in cars. It's like there's just an action movie. There's nothing really horrific about it. Other than the setting.
All right.
Honestly, out of that entire list, and I'm really biased. I'm unbelievably biased. If all you've seen of the Nightmare on Elm Street series is 3 and
I've seen Freddy versus Jason, of course, which doesn't count. So
I count it, but anyway,
it's like it's in the realm, but it's not the.
If you watch the Freddy movie, start at 1 and go from there.
Yeah.
And don't watch the remake.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Watch them in order. Be prepared to be disappointed on some of the films.
Way to sell a movie.
Occasionally.
I'm not an idiot. People hate those films.
No.
But here's the thing I would say is whenever you go into each film,
some are good, some are bad. It depends
when you go into
on
each
who's
Nightmare on
doing
Elm
it.
Street film, approach each one as if it is a standalone movie. Because even though like there's plot points in each film that call back to previous films, they're kind of their own. Because each set of writer-director for each film, outside the first one because it's the same guy, but like in the second one, there's a different writer, there's a different director. Third, different writer, different director. Fourth, same thing. Fifth, there's a bunch of writers. The sixth one, different writer, different director. They each kind of have their own. They put their own color on it.
Their own Freddyisms.
They've all been given the same coloring book, and they've all used different crayons. And
that's
whenever you see each movie, kind of also like each movie in the Nightmare on Elm Street series, outside of the first one, because the first one's establishes everything. Each film after that's kind of like different themes. Sort of, Robert Englund liked the idea that each Freddy is different. Each version of Freddy this is how somebody else is seeing Freddy. And that if he could make a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, he would make it to where every person who sees Freddy sees something different. And unfortunately, somebody had to point out to him that you basically described it.
Yes, pretty. I was about to say the same thing.
But no. Whenever you watch, like the second one is, the second one is the gay one. The third one is the drama. The fourth one's the MTV one. The fifth one's the gothic one. The sixth one's the comedy. Then you have New Nightmare and Freddy vs. Jason, which the New Nightmare is the spinoff. Freddy vs. Jason's the tie.
And you gotta be prepared for the weirdness because most of these movies were made back in the early '80s.
Mid to late 80s.
I'm used to that stuff. That's not a problem.
Nightmare on Elm Street, for all of the flack everybody gives Nightmare on Elm Street, you got to remember, whenever they were making a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, New Line Cinema went out of their way to get the best special effects artists they possibly could. Right,
Oh, yeah.
The only person in special effects who's never officially, I say officially, worked on a Nightmare on Elm Street film as Tom Savini. That's not to say Tom Savini didn't help. He had some involvements with some of the teams, but it was mostly KMB. And anybody who knows anything about special effects work knows that KMB were the guys. I mean, you're talking, this is special effects from Screaming Mad George, who has his name on just about everything. Kevin Yeager, you know. I mean, and there's a lot of big names there that worked on these films that created these special effects. And when they create special effects, a lot of times the dream sequence, especially the later sequels, are literally, hey, we just came up with this great idea for a special effect. How can we use it? And then, okay, well, we have, you know, this Nightmare on Elm Street scene. Like, how do we do this? And somebody would go like, I have something that I came up with like months ago that I would like to try out. Like in Nightmare 5,
so they prototyped it.
Like, yeah, they have to show like flesh melting off of a guy in Nightmare 5. And somebody had come up with a chemical composition that would melt latex that they could inject. And when you see this stuff, when they would show like the prototype of the arm that they melted off when they use this stuff, I mean, it just dissolves. And it's a really cool effect. It was the first time anything like that had ever been done.
And then it was probably used in Darkman after that. So,
huh?
Then it's probably used in Darkman after that. With their melting flesh.
Same stuff. The same stuff that causes that causes I almost said Durant. I know Durant's the bad guy. Can't remember.
Well, it melts him too eventually, but
yeah, if Audrey was here, Audrey would know.
Yeah.
Then as far as the other films you've got, like if I had to put them in order on what I would suggest you to watch, I would probably say Nightmare first. Save The Purge for later. Don't watch The Purge right now. Political climate right now, you watch The Purge, it's going to bum the hell out of you, really.
Probably so.
Peyton Westlake is the fellow you were looking for. Dr. Westlake.
Dr. Westlake, thank you. If you with Nightmare on Elm Street, go ahead and watch Friday the 13th.
All right.
After Elm Street. That's what I would suggest.
In its entirety, polished turds and all.
Yes, and in that one, the thing to forget, the thing to take out, because remember, these are all take out your brain movies. Don't expect.
Yeah, I'm never gonna take one of these seriously.
You got to remember that, like, the Nightmare on Elm Street, on each film they tried to do something different. Then they always try to change the formula, but that was because they were working with something that's not tangible. It's dreams, you know. So they wanted to try new things. They wanted to do things differently. They wanted to experiment with it. Friday the 13th isn't so much of an experiment. It was just Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th got passed around, and everybody wanted to put their stamp of approval on it, sort of. And
put their little murderous spin.
Yeah, and so it's very similar to how Nightmare on Elm Street is, to where like you get a whole bunch of different presentations, but they all try to keep around the same theme of like it's a serial killer at a summer
the insufferable juggernaut, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean that's just all they're going with. I would, after that, because by the time you get to the end of, because Friday the 13th is long, and I mean there's like 12 movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's including the remake. Once you get to the end of that,
because I'm already at like 40 hours right there between the two series.
Well, you don't do it all in one sitting.
No. I'm gonna do like one film like every other night, or I might bump each one, do like one Friday the 13th, and then one Nightmare.
I would say start with. If you want to, if you were gonna combine any of the two series, just do that, and then make sure though that you watch them in order, because Freddy vs. Jason, even though it's a prequel to Jason X, technically it's also a prequel to Freddy's Dead. It's hard to explain, but it totally is. Quick
question about the Alien series you've got. Do you know which Aliens, the second one? Do you know which one you've got? Is it the standard or the director's cut?
Let me pull it up. Hold on one second. Let's see. Let me roll up here to A. I got, in the Alien franchise, I got Alien Director's Cut, Alien Special Edition from 1986.
Excellent.
I got Alien 3 Special Edition, Alien Resurrection Special Edition, unrated AVP, unrated AVP 2, and Prometheus, which I know Prometheus is the prequel to Alien.
Right. Do they have? They didn't give you Requiem?
Yeah.
No, it's AVP2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's Requiem.
Yeah, but the one that he doesn't have is
There's 7
Yeah.
of them.
There's one after
Covenant.
Prometheus, which was
Did you, yeah, there's one after Prometheus called Alien Covenant.
I'm not good at this.
Covenant.
Now,
Yeah,
Skunk, are you playing with
Covenant.
your video, or are you actually freezing up? Because you
Freezing
It's
up.
got to be StreamYard.
I just answered your
It's
question.
got to be StreamYard because
Yeah.
All right, I'll take my
download it.
everything is
video
going
down.
wonky here.
no,
Anyway.
your audio was cutting up, Skunk. That's what I was saying.
Get it.
He'll be back in a refresh. But yeah, I'll have to get Requiem.
Well, I did
I
that
don't
and
know.
it didn't work.
Oh no, you've apparently Alien versus
Oh,
or no, was it Alien versus Predator.
Oh, Covenant. Covenant.
Be Requiem. You got to get Covenant.
I don't know if we made Skunk mad or not. I apologize if
No, he's
I
probably
did.
just trying to reset
No,
his connection.
Yeah,
I think
I just did that and it didn't work worth a damn.
Yeah, I think something's bogged down on StreamYard servers or something.
Either that or they just put a bandwidth cap on me.
Using it all
Yeah,
up.
StreamYard is extremely slow.
I like my picks and pick.
That works. And actually,
Oh yeah, that's
Lewis,
nice.
your
You can watch
audio's
yourself
almost
shaving.
synced up.
Huh.
No, he's still off about the same, near as I can
Yeah.
tell.
Okay.
Hard to tell with the little picture.
It's pretty cute though.
Oh, Lewis, I found some stuff to play for next time you just can't make the show.
Uh-huh.
I've got news reports.
Like the old wartime
Okay.
ones.
Yeah. Here's a good one. Yeah, here's a good one.
A family's Christmas decorations nearly caused one
Thank you.
man a heart attack.
Please hold on. All right. Can you reach it? Can you reach it?
The man in Austin, Texas.
Joe.
What?
Trying to save that man that's not real.
Mm.
They forgot to dress him like Santa. That costume's supposed to be a Santa costume.
Yeah. Carl said it may actually be a internet issue because YouTube went down the other day.
Yeah, they went down worldwide for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's Russian hackers.
Yes.
They're kind of mad that Trump didn't win.
Yeah.
I know that now they get a higher tax bracket from Biden. Just saying.
And of course now the Chinese hackers have led up.
Well, somebody's not giving StreamYard a good
Not giving them a good shake.
break. Damn it. I went to full screen almost 2 minutes ago and it's still postage stamps.
It's just an interesting night tonight. Sorry.
Well, if I knew there were sunspots, I'd say there were, but they're not.
Well, there's sunspots
Okay,
everywhere.
now it went to full screen, and my lips actually match my voice, but I'm betting I'm still delayed on everybody else's screen.
Everyone's at least
There
Lewis
you are,
and
Dan.
Dave.
Right there.
Yeah, about half.
Well, thank you, Lewis.
About a half.
Oh,
a
and I've
second.
noticed there's also the time delay. I can see myself sitting there and I can go, and there's almost 2 seconds between me
Nice.
touching my nose and seeing it on your screen.
I don't ever watch the. Yeah, mine's fine in the preview window and in the other one.
Well, I've got the desktop computer pulled up for comments, but I could kill that if I thought that it would make any damn difference.
It
I think my
It
phone
will.
company is.
Well,
I
because you're
think
only
my
running
phone
like 2
company is
megs.
completely crap. All
Yeah,
right, let me.
Dan, I think literally only using one computer and let us worry about the comments is usually the best thing. Just
Did we lose
saying.
Skunk?
He
Yes.
shut down and then
temporarily,
maybe he's
yes.
coming back. Let's hope he comes back. Hopefully he's
I know
one of the 5 watching us right now.
I got a couple of updates this week. I got the NVIDIA and Windows. And so
I think mine did the Windows update while I was asleep. I haven't done my NVIDIA update yet. So I'm waiting
I've
on.
got dozens of this week. I'm only using one computer right now.
Well, I've done my updates, so I got all that problem. I love those fades, Lewis.
Yeah, that soft wipe is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very
But-
Star Wars-esque.
Yeah. And when it was, I'm just mad that it's not working now when it was working perfectly the other day.
Just a phantom in the
I don't
machine.
Gremlins.
I'll debug it tomorrow.
It's gremlins.
It's too late tonight.
Well, I told you it's Thespis. He's a ghost, and he attacks any kind of performance, and that's what happens. If we're live, we're a video podcast, and he wants to wreak havoc. So, 1 week every blue was green until we figured it out. Now everyone's a little bit behind, and now we'll figure that one out.
Yeah, blue is blue on my computer now.
I know. Don't have those green raging waters over there.
Nope. Yeah.
Well, I started to say my video is back to almost normal for what I'm watching, but no, I've got a 35-second delay here.
Oh, it's just
I've got
This
nothing
crazy.
going except my email on the desktop and the laptop.
I figured it out.
I can shut down the desktop. I don't think it'll make any difference.
Are we in
It's Saturday the 14th.
Friday the 13th wasn't enough in 2020?
No, Saturday the 14th has to kick in.
Yeah, that's about right.
well, it's
Well,
only
so-
Saturday the 14th for another 20 minutes.
Performance.
No, I still got an hour 20.
Yeah, well,
I
Now,
don't know about you guys.
here's the true Star Wars dissolve.
Actually,
Yeah.
The circle.
no.
They
My
used
old favorite.
several different
close the
fades, but-
blast doors. Close the blast doors.
My old favorite was, remember the horrendous checkerboard fade?
Oh God.
Like, we had a theater instructor who, whenever we did promo videos, like, insisted on the checkerboard. I'm like, all right, you're the idiot, not me. And that's back when we had the fade and titler big rig
Yeah.
with the
That's,
big spin dial.
Yeah, that's when you take the button and you peel that little sticker off to where you can't find it.
Hmm With all the other 32 that we didn't
Yeah.
like either.
Did not delay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I've never
I
had
miss
to do
old
this
school titlers.
before.
What are you doing, Dan?
I may vanish. I'm not sure. I may vanish. I'm not sure. I'm going to just the laptop and everything else is dead.
All right.
So I don't know. It may not make any difference. It may.
Is Lindsay watching the?
And
Oh,
if
yeah,
it cuts off,
does she watch TV this late?
She usually does, but I haven't heard a single noise, so I think she's gone to bed.
Gotcha. So, does that eat
She said she was going to finish her program like 45 minutes ago, and then, oh my God, there are lights flashing like crazy on my my modem,
That's data usage.
and I don't hear any damn thing. And usually I can, even though it doesn't come through on the microphone, I can
I've got a
hear
fancy wipe.
her TV shows.
Yeah. Dollar wipe.
That was a bounty. You got a bounty on your head.
Don't dox yourself, Joe.
Do what?
Now Lewis
Don't
has
dox
vanished.
yourself.
I was trying to try something. Didn't work. Oh, it's the night of the bugs.
I think StreamYard is just being extremely slow tonight.
It's probably, with everything getting more and more popular, it's probably server load and everything else too. So we can't, we got to blame everyone else too, not just StreamYard.
Is there anything big going on in the
I don't
United
know. The
States?
entire internet may be slowed down.
Big things.
John, if I understood a word of that spliced comment, I would salute you, but I did not. That was so picket fenced, I could not understand a word of what you said.
My one of my, I guess, comic book colleague guys helped host an event today, like a little mini Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You had to set appointments for like the first 4 hours, basically, while the health department was there. And then after that, it was kind of a free-for-all, but they only let like 40 people in because there were 10 people on staff at any time. And it worked out pretty well from what I saw. I saw a couple of videos. Mask mandates and everything were solid. Other than that,
or
no. We're gonna work the one on the 21st or 28th. I forget. Maybe it's December. I don't remember. I had to look at my calendar. But it's like a bigger one that they're gonna try to get like 100 people in at a time, kind of deal. The venue's humongous, so they should be able to stretch people out.
I'll be glad when
If
we
it
just
weren't
get.
for the fact that everybody else is having the same problem, I blame the phone company. But I think this is something we all have in common with this connection.
Yeah,
so.
this is a net issue.
Well, 3.5 of us are pretty solid at the top 3, and Lewis are pretty solid. Lewis is only like 250 milliseconds behind, which isn't terrible at all.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I've already shut down and rebooted at least once.
Mr. Rocker is coming back in.
Mic check 1 2.
That works.
Hey,
That's loud.
you're hearing me.
Yes.
That's through the black.
Yeah.
That's through the black magic.
Yeah, now you're probably right on time.
You're hearing me off of that mic. Okay, let me get to this mic. Oh no, you're hearing me. Okay, you're hearing me off this mic.
Yeah, that's where we're hearing you.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'm going to switch to that mic. Can you hear me from that mic?
At a
Yes.
distance.
Way off of the.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's
Yep.
at the other end of the office. Okay. Now.
Going back to the headpiece.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That is a negative ghostwriter.
All right. Well.
Oh, I hear you
So
now.
the only one that you couldn't hear me through the audio was the GoPro.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And now you're synced.
And well, that was the whole point. So, all right, now let me try one more thing. Oh, Skunk's back. Hi. Now let me try.
You say am I?
Damn it! I can't see past this camera. All right. So if you see what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to see the damn screen. Okay, audio. Now I'm going to go to speaker. I'm going to go to internal speakers. so I can take off my headphones.
Okay.
Okay.
Speakers.
All right, I'm hearing you through the speakers. Can you still hear me?
You're gonna have.
Yeah, hear you pretty good.
Hear you pretty good, actually.
Okay, and
Echo.
let me
You're
get
pretty good,
echo.
actually.
Hold on. Let me get echo cancellation. Okay, so now you should be able to hear me without you.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But hold on a minute. Let me cut your audio down because I've got your volume wide up.
Okay,
Okay, try that now.
how's that? How is that?
About
Test,
normal, yeah.
All right. Well, one
That sounds
gremlin
good.
did.
I think. I
All
don't
right.
hear me.
We killed a gremlin.
All
All right.
so
I'll unplug all this crap and just call it a night. But okay.
What did you do?
Nothing. I waited it out.
Okay.
I
You're
don't
still
know.
on the
Yeah.
over the shoulder
Yeah,
view. There,
I know.
there you go.
I'm back. Oh,
all
look
right,
like
Skunk.
shit.
So you said that Freddy vs. Jason is the prequel to both Jason X and the New Nightmare.
No, New Nightmare's a spinoff.
Oh, spinoff. Okay.
The prequel.
Oh, now Skunk is off sync.
No,
It's a
just
StreamYard
I don't
issue.
see him at all. Oh, great. I see
You
my
don't
mouth
see him?
move and everything is coming out almost in
there.
sync, but I don't see Skunk at all.
And there he goes.
he's gone now.
We pissed him off again.
It's the internet that's doing it. It's not just. There's something weird going on with multi people, and
All right, he's back.
yeah, let's try it again.
All right.
Yeah, really.
All right.
It's Parlor. That's what it is. It's Parlor.
Now we're blaming that crap shit.
It's the great Facebook exodus. It's
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to tell
leaving
you,
Facebook.
That place is going to get shut down in like 12 weeks from the FBI and NSA and every alphabet.
well, I'm going to put it to you this way, don't it? I signed up for an account, got, followed the recommended followers and felt like I had to scrub my hard drive
You
afterwards.
should know better than that. Anytime any of the internet things say, "Hey, you need to friend this guy," it's an ad.
They're
No.
not
Well, these are like
going to
Well,
do that.
what happened is when I deleted my account, 45 minutes later, the email that I used to create that account, the spam folder was I couldn't delete them fast enough.
They specifically point out that they sell your information. It's in the terms
I
of
saw
service.
the same thing when MeWe was new, when all the people that were too extreme for Facebook decided to go, oh, well, we'll go to MeWe where we're not censored in any way, shape, or form. And I went to MeWe and I got an account and I go, this is a howling wasteland. There's nothing here except the people that are shouting all the stuff that I don't want to hear, and 2 or 3 friends that were doing the same thing that they would normally do on Facebook. And I've never tried Parlor, so I don't know, but I imagine it's like that on steroids.
Blake,
I'm
were
on
you the
enough
one
FBI. I don't need to go to Parlor.
banning people?
do what?
That Parlor was banning people for being too radical? Were you the one that posted that link?
No, and I wouldn't think
I
so
think they
because
would be
I've
banning
heard some,
people for not being radical enough.
yeah, because I've heard horror stories of stuff that people have already found on there, and it's like stuff that the alphabet companies of the law will get a hold of you too.
Oh, wonderful.
No, it's that's the thing.
Wait
That's
a
the
minute,
thing.
you're not a Nazi. We're going to ban you.
Parlor is not going to get shut down by the
Maybe I should have
FBI or the
saved that for the
NSA
after
or
show.
any of those other organizations. You know why? There's
Now
a
John is
great
giving me the
court
side eye.
case from back in the day. It was the people of the state of California versus
He's giving me the empty beer bottle eye.
bunch of people, but specifically Jello Biafra
Yeah,
for obscenity. And
You put
Jello
salt in a
pointed out when
Corona
he was
and don't
talking
put lime
about
in it, it's not
that
as good.
in the
And
middle
Dan
of the
can,
please stop.
Dan
So
can't hear
anyway,
you.
he
Say it again. Say it again, Skunk. Dan couldn't hear you.
I'm talking.
I can't even see skunk.
Skunk,
Anyway,
Skunk's on the screen. Say it again, Skunk.
doesn't matter.
Not
You
on
can't
my
hear or see
screen, he
me.
ain't.
I don't know what to tell you.
You were talking about
Anyway.
Parlor Skunk.
No, it's not going to get shut down.
I'm
No,
I've not had a good night tonight. Please do not
Okay.
start
it's
with
too
me.
much of an object
I'm not
lesson.
starting with you.
We're
Dan
not starting with you, Skunk.
Dan is so out of sync he can't see you or hear you.
That becomes a Dan
Yeah,
problem, I
I
think.
can't.
Forget everything.
Hey,
Doesn't
I've
matter.
already stopped the damn
Scared.
stream and come back. I don't know what else I can do. I've got every computer shut down except for the laptop. There's nothing. And Lindsay's gone to
Pretty
bed.
much, Carl.
There's nothing soaking up sediment. I'll try again, just because this is important. If I can get everything to, I'm beginning to think it's a damn Windows update that we all did. Well, where are the control buttons, you stupid little computer?
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Beer run.
All right, John. I'm going to pull Dan down till he gets it figured out. All right. Now, Skunk, he won't be talking over you. What was that you were trying to say? He couldn't. He was so out
I
of sync.
understand the situation. I understand what the problem was. I'm fucking innervated. I don't care anymore. Doesn't matter.
All right. Oh, so, what is with the football games this weekend, Lewis?
Well, I know that LSU couldn't play because they had too many people test positive for the Rona.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame because they were playing Alabama.
And then I think Auburn was out too.
Yeah, there's a bunch of schools. This entire college football season and maybe even the pro season is just going to be a big asterisk in the record books.
Yeah,
because it's not going to be fair because there are so many games that were either postponed, canceled, or whatever. The SEC is only playing with itself. Get it? The conferences aren't. There's no interconference play. I don't know how the bowl games are going to happen.
it's
Because like Sugar Bowl, where you got best of the SEC and best of the ACC, or which other conference is it?
all
So
I know of is SEC, ACC, and the Southern Conference. And I don't even think Southern Conference is playing this year, are they?
No, because that's mocks,
Yeah.
and they only had one game all year. They were going to have a second one. They were going to play Nebraska, but Nebraska canceled. Scared much?
Oh. So is TW back in business, Skunk?
We had a show tonight.
Good.
It went well. That's all I want to say about that.
Okay. Is that sort of what's going on? part of it?
The matches went well. There was a problem with production.
Ah,
So, yeah. Again, I don't want to talk about it.
all right. Enough said. That explains a lot of stuff. I thought it was me making you mad, and I couldn't understand what was going wrong.
I'm aggravated because I had no time today to do fucking anything. Okay? No time today to do fucking anything. Because I got home from Atlanta super late last night. Anyway, so I slept a good chunk of the morning. And when I came in, and I had to do a whole bunch of other shit before, and I had to go to work and do something at the warehouse before I could go to the arena. And then I went to the arena, and then everything was wrong with that. And I came home, and I got here just in time to be on the show. And the only thing I had to do was just finish the after show videos because they weren't done yet, and that was causing problems with my stream. So I left because I didn't want to bother y'all, and just.
That's okay.
Not in a good place right now, and the last thing I need is a bunch of people yelling at me.
We're not yelling at you, sir. All right.
Hey, Skunk, how did that thing down in the wrestling thing go? You said you're going to
In
go down
Atlanta.
and do a video?
Shut up, John. Shut up, John. Go ahead.
Atlanta.
The
The Atlanta
one?
thing.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Atlanta.
Atlanta,
Yeah,
The
you
Atlanta
talked about you
show-
have to drive down to Atlanta.
yeah, the Atlanta show was fine.
Yeah.
Everything there was fine. The problem was coming back because I got. Long story short version. I was so tired I kept missing exits because I would zone out while I was driving because I'd been working all day before I went to this thing. And then, so on the way back, I kept missing exits. I ended up driving through downtown Atlanta on 85, back up to 285 on the north side, hitting west 285 to get back to 75. So by the time I got to 75, I was dead tired. I was like an hour behind now because I drove all the way through fucking Atlanta. And so it was just, I couldn't get any. I'd sleep all night. Oh,
Yeah.
Lewis's news thing that didn't play earlier was now
Yeah.
able to come out.
Now we heard you. Now we heard you.
Hey,
News
Lewis,
music.
that came through really well. Okay.
Now we can't hear
Now
you.
we
on
can't
the
hear
mic.
Lewis.
Now we can't hear you. Now we can't hear you. Nope.
So you took an additional hour to get home, Skunk?
Yeah. And hear that, we can't hear your voice.
We cannot hear you. You are not talking. Yes.
Everything was working fine. What'd you change?
It's one of those days you don't want to wake up. Everything is. Wait, I'm not on the
I'm
after show.
guessing
I can't
it has
search
something to
this
do with
Can
the
you hear me
cable.
now?
Yes.
We can hear you now. Okay.
All right. It's going to be a tech support call because I'm seeing when I'm into the auxiliary input, I'm seeing my volume, but it's not going through. But all the other cameras are. Here, I'm going to punch up all the cameras' mics.
Oh yeah. That
We
sounds
can
good.
hear all of you.
Surround sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you see, and now you should only hear me on that camera.
And I like that mic sounds really good, by the way.
Pardon?
That mic sounds really good, by the way.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's not even my shotgun mic. That's just the onboard mic on this Lumix GH4.
It's got a little bit of a hollow room sound to it, but it's very clear and precise.
Okay.
I have no idea what my turn is trying to say. Northeast one dink his ship as few can we Todd odd or sit adjust the I don't. And Carl goes, or Carleen says lots of tech problems. And Joe Dog was right. It's Saturday the 14th. Because Friday the 13th just wasn't enough for 2020.
So it's Monday part 6.
Well, we had two Friday the 13th in 2020.
Yeah.
We only get one next year,
Yeah.
and I think it's in August. I think the guy
I
said
think after
there's
2020, we ought to get a year without a Friday the 13th.
and
You know, I can read at least part of that.
Okay. Can you cipher it, Skunk?
Part of it is the first part of it is anyone think this shit is fucking retarded.
Oh,
Okay.
or is it just me?
Or is it just me? That's the rest of it. Though
I think it's just whoever my turn is. So just saying.
Mm.
But you're more than welcome to hop on the show and make the show better. My turn.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be using words like that, I'd rather you're
I
not.
mean, I don't think it's gonna be much better, honestly.
Yeah.
It is called Stupid O'Clock for a reason. I don't think it's gonna be Dink Hiss O'Clock.
Yeah.
So,
And one of the main reasons the show is boring tonight is that everything in the news is about elections and COVID, and there's really nothing funny to talk about.
That's true. Even Saturday Night Live's a rerun tonight.
I'll tell you something right there.
mhm.
We do. I wish we really need
Did
something
this
just hilarious
actually
to talk about.
work this time?
Nope.
Well,
You're still off a
Scarborough.
bit, but not terrible.
Better than bad.
well, I've got one out of the three computers that are normally running when I'm as close to being synced as possible.
And
And it
John,
did
you'll be happy to know.
updates while I've rebooted the damn laptop.
That
I
might
got
have been
I got
part of the
Covenant. I downloaded it just now.
Ah, cool.
Yep. So I added it to the collection.
Well, I'm
Ah.
seeing everybody's lips move in time with their voice. I may be slow, but y'all aren't.
All right.
Progress.
Yeah, really.
A little bit.
Oh. I'm aggravated that Lewis's stuff isn't working because everything was so perfect
I
the
know.
other day.
It's got to be something up at the internet. So
Yeah,
No,
I
no,
think so.
No,
I don't think it's my phone company this time.
but my auxiliary, my bypass mics aren't. So there may be an internal setting on the Blackmagic mixer switcher that I have set wrong, or I don't know.
There's a hitting setting that says, let's put everything on a 30-second delay. Well, actually, it can't be a 30-second delay because you giggled when I said that. So everything's on time.
Yeah, I'm hearing you fine,
Yeah,
and
we're
and
good now.
you're not too far out of sync anymore.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
were
well.
worse.
Oh, I'm always worse.
Oh, it's
Now
been much
you're-
better
now
now.
you're
Yeah.
in sync.
You should
I
see
don't
me
think I've
live.
I don't know any of their songs.
Yeah,
I was gonna sing
you're dead. You're dead on now, Dan.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you should see me live. I'm not in sync when I'm in person.
No.
I look like
That's
a Japanese. I look like a Japanese TV show. Hello.
Oh, I know what's wrong. I didn't get my cup of coffee before the show.
Well, go get one.
Too late now.
Has it not been made yet?
No.
one of the reasons I was late is my coffee maker quit working. So,
Oh,
coffee
that's
maker
horrible.
You have to make some MRE coffee.
No, the Keurig machine got clogged, so I had to run the maintenance on it.
Oh.
I should get one of those. We have the regular coffee pot right now.
Oh, wow. Now y'all are totally in sync.
Yeah, everything's perfectly timed
I
up.
thought it was more like Backstreet Boys, but
Yeah.
No,
No, 98 degrees.
Oh, come
All
on now.
for
Yeah.
We're the back 40 boys.
Back 50 might be a little bit more accurate.
Well, I mean, we're talking about
The bottom row's back 60.
We're talking about farming here. You know, I mean, the pasture back in the back that it takes 45 minutes to plow and 7 days to plant.
Oh, Lewis, I may have something that might be interesting for the show tonight.
Please, for God's sake, share it.
You know how the U.S. Navy has been going away from the Oliver Hazard Perry class frigates, little aluminum boats they've had forever. They're getting rid of them, and they're looking for replacements for them. And apparently, they're thinking about buying them from an Italian company. They're thinking about, which blew my mind. You know, how the hell did we forget how to make frigates here in the United States? But apparently, apparently, this Italian company is making it pretty good. I was wondering if you'd heard about it and knew anything about it.
No. I kind of figured the LCSs, the littoral combat ships, were taking the place of the frigates.
They're good for a lot of things, but they're real expensive. So they're literally looking for something that will completely replace the Oliver Hazard Perry class, almost identical.
I'm having a hard time getting used to the LCSs because they look like they're pre-capsized.
No kidding.
Are they that low in the water?
No, the shape of the bow comes to a peak. It looks like the hull.
Instead of a boat that looks like this, like a boat that looks like this. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they face in and forward now.
Now, one of my riders from Apelian has just been promoted. He was doing the littoral service over in the Middle East, and I think he just got his first actual ship command rather than being on a land base. I didn't really understand his post that much because I don't sling the lingo like y'all do. I'm not a veteran, so I don't know the shorthand. There's a lot of alphabet in there that I don't understand, but I was very happy for him.
Okay, this is that new stealthy missile shooter thing that they've got.
Okay, I was having trouble pulling it up, but
can y'all see that?
That's
the USS Spatula right there.
That sucker looks like a fly swatter that's been made into a boat.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let me make sure I'm pointing at the right. No, that's not. I've got the wrong one up. Hang on a second.
you need to get the Zumwalt up there.
Is that the USS Hypodermic Needle?
Yeah, the Zumwalt's the destroyer, though. Hang on a second.
No, I thought the Zumwalt was an LCS also.
Nope, it was something different.
And
it's got the cutter bow.
Yeah.
All right, now John is perfectly in sync. Lewis is perfectly in sync. I can see Joe blinking his eyes. Blake
say
looks
something,
like
Joe.
Do what?
Yeah, that's it. That's the Zumwalt.
That's the destroyer version. It's a lot bigger.
It looks like a submarine with a really huge conning tower.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not digging that design.
Carl Witzman says, "Is that a tennis court on the back?"
Yep, pretty much. Yeah.
No, it's a heliport. One hell of a port there.
These are supposedly going to be the rail guns eventually. Yeah. Right now, I don't know what they got on them. And these are missile pods down the sides here.
Yeah.
Vertical launch cells.
Well, if the sucker works, I don't care what it looks like.
And you see all those little patches on the tower there? Those are all sensor arrays, either radar or passive, something that's replacing radar.
Yeah, like the old, what was it? They had the phased array system or something like that, or
that's exactly what it is. It's a phased array radar. It's radar that doesn't have to move physically. Spin around,
and no big antenna to show up on somebody else's radar.
Exactly, and because you don't have the radar antenna spinning, it doesn't. the
And
radar antenna up on top of the ship spinning is actually a radar beacon. So they're trying to go away from that.
Well, they're trying to get away from active radar altogether because everybody has missiles that can lock in on a radar signal and go straight to it.
Right.
Yeah. I've got a book I want to promote.
Okay.
All right.
It is on Goodreads. It's on Goodreads. It's by Carlton Mellick III. He's a Goodreads author. The book is called The Haunted Vagina. The description is,
I think I've dated her.
Yeah.
it's difficult to love a woman whose vagina is the gateway to the world of the dead. Steve is madly in love with his eccentric girlfriend, Stacy. Unfortunately, their sex life has been suffering as of late because Steve is worried about the odd noises that have been coming from Stacy's pubic region. She says her vagina is haunted. She doesn't think it's that big of a deal. Steve, on the other hand, completely disagrees.
A bad place to stumble.
When a living corpse climbs out of her during an awkward night of sex, Stacy learns that her vagina is actually the doorway to another world. She persuades Steve to climb inside of her to explore this strange new place, but once inside, Steve finds it difficult to return, especially once he meets an oddly attractive woman named Fig, who lives within the lonely, haunted world between Stacy's legs.
Joe, this isn't the after show. What did you just do to us?
No, it is after midnight, though. So.
Yeah, it's after midnight.
I think we just got defunded. Yes, I have seen that.
I have
seen ads for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going, did you really write that, dude? Or did you just kind of propose it to a publisher and he goes, oh, yeah, this'll sell?
That's when you offer it to the publisher at the Christmas party and everyone's drunk. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's sitting on the Xerox machine.
Well, I was expecting somebody as I was reading this, one of my people to cheer this one up and go,
good night, everybody.
I don't have that ability.
No, it's been that kind of night where we'll put anything up right now.
Yeah. we would just endure.
Yes, but
Joe.
How much do we have to endure?
yes.
The lights that I'm getting. Oh, and also Blake,
Yes,
the
sir.
lights that I'm getting, and they'll be here Monday. Also have 8 pre-programmed special effects.
Ooh.
Get this: you can set these lights to flicker and make it look like a candle. So if you've got something, a scene where it's supposed to be done by candlelight, you can set these lights to flicker. There's a lighting setting where it'll go, paparazzi setting. It's got a police car setting where it alternates red and blue lights flashing. And these
cool.
lights are programmable, and you can do all these things with just the touch of a button on the app.
That's pretty dope.
So how much is that gonna cost me?
Believe it, nothing. I ordered them today from Amazon, and they were $265 for a pair with stands, with diffusion lenses, with AC adapters.
That's not bad.
These, you can get 2 Sony batteries, and they're about $30 a piece. But these lights will run on a pair of Sony batteries. So I could even take these to a place where there's no electricity and use them.
So now you're ready to film a Tina Turner video.
You betcha. You tell old Thunder Thighs come my way, I'll shoot her.
Sexiest woman in rock and roll.
I'll tell you, man, those legs would crack your skull like a walnut.
And make you beg for more.
Yeah.
You know they are insured by Lloyd's of London, don't you?
Yeah, I did know that. Some serious legs.
And
Oh,
Blake is just sitting there going, wait a minute, let me Google this.
No, I know, yeah, I'm not Lord's, yeah. I'm alive for that.
I don't know if you can see what's on Saturday Night Live right now.
No, but we can see your drum set real well.
Damn.
What is it?
Some dancers and a singer. And
It's all. It looks
Blue.
like it looks like a 80s music video.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, kind of. Oh crap! I can't get it up on this either. Oh well.
I would not have put it that way, but you do you.
Let's see.
I have a weird Navy tech question for the audience here. Whatever happened to the what was it called?
There you go.
Floating instrument panels. Do you remember those from the the late 2000s, early aughts? They were the long ships, and they had like a long, skinny middle, and then they had a big end, and then a really big end, and it would literally go into the water, stand straight up, and people would work on it vertically. They were like
The Glomar Explorer.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were called flips, like floating instrument panels or science panels.
They were secretly working for the CIA.
No. Something different, Dan.
Oh,
let me see if I can find
excuse
it.
me.
Actually, yeah. Let me see if I'll share it without audio just in case there's an issue. Let's see. Boom.
Yeah.
And Lewis, that looked like a high school football game.
Yep, I found it.
Halftime show.
All right, here we go. Let me hit play on this and blow this up.
But yeah, it sinks and they can do deep underwater.
Yeah.
It's the same principle as the Glomar Explorer, which
The
was the
Glomar
first
Explorer had the drop thing for recovering submarines.
Yeah, this thing is weird. Did this ever take off?
Yeah,
they used it for.
They used it for a lot of stuff. They recovered Soviet submarines and maybe even a couple of Chinese
completely
ones.
different animal.
No, this thing is
excuse
for ocean currents is what it's designed.
Yeah, they used it for mapping thermal layers in the ocean to make better maps for submarines and weather.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw this
the
the other day.
Explorer was a huge ship that had that big. It had that big claw assembly that it could drop down on steel pipes, and it went down. And they recovered that Soviet submarine that had the 3 missiles on board.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Part of it. They recovered part of it.
That is something in the same family, although most likely a later development.
Yeah, that there was a Discovery Channel show about that. It's got two toilets up again in the corner. One's up on the wall and one's on the floor. But as the ship sinks to do its thing, the toilet that was on the wall is now the one on the floor.
I want to know what happened to the water that was in the toilet.
I don't either.
It got pumped out as a safety precaution. And that's the same principle as science fiction spaceships that go from going vertical to going horizontal without any kind of gravity compensation or whatever, so that what was the floor is now the wall.
Right. Had 90 degree cabins.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I like the idea of that and the Thunder Child, the unsinkable speedboat, the Navy speedboat.
Oh, okay.
Like
I got confused with the one from
that's
H.G.
your
Wells.
Explorer.
Yeah,
and it's got the big claw underneath for going down and grabbing stuff.
That's the one that we rescued the Soviet sub and gave it back to them.
No, we didn't do anything like that.
I don't think we gave it back to him. I think we just stole everything that was
It's
on it.
classified. No, actually, we didn't give them back anything except videotapes. So.
Yeah. Well, them's the breaks.
Yeah, we didn't. From what I understand, and assuming the CIA told the truth.
Oh, that's a big assumption.
Yeah, they only recovered like 20% of the submarine because it broke up when they started pulling it up off the seabed, and we didn't recover any of the nuclear weapons. And except there might have been a nuclear torpedo involved. We're not sure. And they found remains of 3 sailors, which they gave a burial at sea and sent a videotape of the burial at sea to the Soviets.
So they brought them to the surface and then dumped them over the side.
Pretty much.
There was some cost cutting that could have been done there.
Well, things are more open now than they used to be back in the 60s.
I think they're worse now than they were back in the 60s.
Really?
Yep. We're just better at hiding it now.
Okay, now that I can believe.
Photoshop, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. It's a big news story now, but when it happened, nobody heard a damn thing about it. It was back on October 7th. A couple of Israelis on a motorcycle did a drive-by shooting in downtown Tehran, Iran. Excuse me. And they wound up killing the Al Qaeda number 2
by accident.
No, this was a targeted assassination.
Oh, they knew he was there. Okay.
They knew he was there. The Mossad sent in a couple of agents. They did a drive-by. They shot the guy up, and they shot him and a woman and killed both of them. And it turns out he was the Al Qaeda number 2. He was the guy that planned those 2 embassy bombings down in Africa that killed like 225 people.
Oh, good for them then.
And the woman that they killed was the widow of one of Osama bin Laden's sons. They killed him on August 7th, which was the anniversary of the bombing of the 2 embassies down in Africa. Talk about sending a message.
Poetry in motion.
Oh, wasn't September 11th had something to do with Camp David Accords or something like that?
Oh, no, I haven't made that connection.
It was now I remember it was something to do with, it was a special date for them.
911. They wanted to send a 911 message to the United States.
Now, why is it that Skunk's apartment or Skunk's room back there looks like the deck of a sci-fi spaceship?
He is in a sci-fi spaceship.
I'm not saying that to be denigrating anything. If that's the case, more power to him.
He's in the Ringgold. Oh, where's Heather to liven up the show?
Oh, really?
Hey, we just got everything going back in sync here. This has been a rough night as far as the internet connections go.
Yep. I really think it's an actual server issue, be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. This is not our regular experience. So something beyond our experience has been taking place.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have anything to do with tripids.
There's 3 people watching on YouTube. Carl, Carly, and who else? So, say something in the comments unless it's my turn, because we don't understand what you're trying to say, but we just didn't hit our groove tonight, did we?
It's not a good night.
Not at all. I'm running at about half steam, honestly.
Yeah,
my eye and my ear and everything. So,
and I'm thankfully, because of the 3 Advil I took on screen about 30 minutes ago, I am no longer in the pain that I have been in all day from arthritis and whatnot. But, I still have half a wit.
Oh, hi, Stephanie Newbie. Welcome. And Carl goes, "Welcome, Stephanie." Wait a minute, Carl. We're not that show. That's a morning show. John, have you ever tuned in to Brian K. Morris's Nevermind the Furthermore?
Yeah, occasionally.
Wednesday,
If I'm up that
Thursday
early.
at 10 p.m.
If I'm
or 10 a.m.
If I'm up that late or up that early, one or the other.
Yeah.
I've bumped in a couple of times. I'm getting ready for work.
Yeah. It's a great. I like what Brian does. He has a great show. He calls it his power strip. He plugs everybody.
Mm.
Where did John go? Wrong button.
Did you
Maybe.
do that? Wait a minute.
Lewis. There he is.
Whew. Sorry, coughing fit. Finally getting some drainage.
Wrong button.
Whew.
What is that, Lewis?
That is an aluminum pour at Sculpture Fields a couple of Novembers ago.
Oh, okay.
They have these molds, and they have the basics, and then you can they will give you a little stick, and you can customize it, put in your name or whatever. You got to do everything backward. Then they pour molten aluminum in it, and it comes out a plaque about 5 by 7 inches or so. And
that's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, you make a donation to Sculpture Fields, and you get one of these in return. And it takes once they pour, it takes about 10-15 minutes for it to cool enough for them to shave off the rough edges and hand it to you. That's the crucible and or the pot, and that is Isaac Duncan, one of the finest sculptors I've ever met, and he's the guy that's in charge of all that pouring. That's the setup that they've got.
Oh, that's a big old forge right there.
It is, and man, you ought to hear the roar when they fire that puppy up.
Sounds like a jet engine.
It really does.
Well, if you'll forgive me, I can't remember the temperature that aluminum melts. Could you enlighten me?
To tell you the truth, I don't know myself. Alexa, at what temperature does aluminum melt? A little over 1,200 degrees.
Okay, so
Javi Ashburr says, "Sup, guys? Welcome to the show. This is called Stupid O'Clock. Usually, we got great conversations going on, but tonight we are plagued with technical issues." And
so, aluminum melts at a lower temperature than glass.
Because silica's tighter bonds.
About 600 degrees less than glass.
And Carl, yes, I am a founding member of Impossibilist.com.
And John figured out the melting.
Look at that.
John's Google food melting point is 933.
Over 1,200 degrees. What I said,
20.58.
You just had to get the decimals in on you.
Well,
now I'm familiar with melting temperatures from the place where I work. The glass would melt at 1,800 degrees. The furnace we have to make our molten glass is 2,800 degrees, which is a little bit higher than a crematorium.
All right.
Yes.
Javi Ashbur's NDT Tech. I don't know what NDT is, but for 20 years and currently writing his first comic, and it's a sci-fi, so very cool. Well,
Hey, best of luck. Yeah, we want to read it when you get through.
not that we'd advertise it for free or anything like that.
Oh, hell
But-
yes, we would.
a metal weld inspector. Okay. They are, if you're interested in getting back into metal weld inspecting, in Brownsville, Texas, they are hiring metal weld inspectors. Near
Which might help them.
Padre
Which might help
Island.
them keep from blowing up rockets. Yeah.
Yeah.
MacYardWarriors.com.
Hey,
Cool. But yeah, we I mean, the guy's only paying nuclear rates for his stainless steel welder, so
Is that all? Is that all?
how do you weld neutrons?
Very carefully. Or both hands or no hands. I don't know that joke.
he said 20 years was enough. Okay.
Hey, if you can retire from the industry, more power to you, and have a happy life because you worked your ass off.
Are you okay, baby?
Well, I know that ain't Donna you're talking to.
No, you
Oh
still
shit!
got-
Everybody but John
Okay.
is frozen.
No, we just quit moving. I'm sort of watching my dog. She's acting a little funny, making some weird noises.
Well, your dog's about to give birth. You better pay
The
attention.
pregnant dog,
Yeah.
like making grunting noises.
No whimpers.
That's
Hold
That's
me whimpers,
even
or
worse.
hey, you're about to
all
be a
right.
grandfather.
Push,
Okay.
push.
No,
Gotcha.
it's more like she just can't get comfortable on the pillow.
You gotta get her more
Okay.
pillows then. Duh.
Throw out the foam.
Yep. Go get the memory foam pillow for her.
You know, I once had to be a midwife for my oldest son's. Oh dear, what was the breed of that?
Don't say it was a blast when you say you were working on nuclear reactors.
Yeah,
Chernobyl.
no, blast and nuclear
Hey, that
reactors
joke-
are never a good combination.
That joke only has a half-life of so long, you know.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
cut the blue wire.
Hey, cut the
Oh.
blue wire with the white stripe, not the black wire with the yellow stripe.
All the wires are red.
You don't remember what that was from?
Was that not from The Abyss?
Yeah.
I love that movie. Love that movie.
There's a game that you guys would all enjoy then. It's a bomb. There's a bomb defusing game where one person tries to defuse the bomb, but they don't have the book to do it, and they have to explain to the technical staff what the bomb looks like, and then the technical staff reads out the instructions on how to disable the bomb. We'd have to do it where you couldn't see each other's screens like this, but you could still, it would still be pretty amazing.
Well, mine was a movie quote as well, or it might have been a TV show quote. But they were trying to disarm a bomb, and they go, "Don't cut the blue wire." And everybody, the guy with the wire snippers goes, "All the wires are red. There are no black ones. There are no yellow ones. There are no blue ones. There are no stripes. They're all red."
Actually, we don't do this enough. Javi is pretty much on point
Oh, okay.
because the show is pretty long. So
Yeah. Intro ourselves, Joe. Go for it.
whoa,
You're the host.
diving in.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's the game right there. Keep talking, nobody explodes. There's a VR version too. That's really awesome.
And if you notice, I have an install button.
No,
It's
Not
also on.
not a purchase button. I have an install button as I own
There-
this game.
There's also
if it's your
on
cup of tea,
iOS.
go for it.
Well, it's on iOS and Android too, so we can actually play from our phones live on camera here. So that could be a thing too.
Well,
I don't know
was
how much it is.
saying that
We
I
went
could-
down the rabbit hole there.
that's the thing about the game is that you don't have to own it.
But the second person doesn't have to own it too.
No.
Oh, that works then. But
Wow.
you would only be the diffuser or the diffusee.
Well, I can.
We
Stream
wouldn't be able to share the wells.
I can stream it. And everybody
Yeah, but-
else just not look at the screen and play nice, go off the honor system.
Come on, guys. We were asked to introduce ourselves to
Okay.
somebody
Yeah.
who was new to the
Yeah,
show.
go for it.
All right.
It's your
All right.
show.
Joe first.
I just wanted to finish what I was saying.
All right. Dunk, what were we saying?
finish saying it.
I already finished what I was fucking saying. Just move on.
Okay.
Sorry, Skunk.
Hobby, I'm Joe Dog. You've probably seen me comment up on Brian Morris's show. I'm sort of the station owner of Stupid O'Clock. We broadcast every Thursday at 9 p.m. and every Saturday night at 11 p.m. We also run a show called Armchair Rocket Science, where we cover the rocket launches from pretty much around the United States and sometimes around the world with Ariane from ESA and the Rocket Lab out of New Zealand. And sitting next to me is Blake.
Yeah, my name's Blake. I am a founding member of Impossibilist.com, time traveling, out of time, heroes aplenty. We're kind of fusions of different realms and times, and we're currently fighting Cthulhu. I'm also a graphic design dabbler and a brand enhancement talent dabbler as well. Skunk?
Our resident video genius.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Somebody else introduced me.
All right, Skunk Rocker, the one and only. He is our video guy who does the openings and closings for all of our shows here. You'll see a really cool guy on a rocket ship as well for Armchair Rocket Science. He also is a video producer for a couple different wrestling organizations around the Southeast United States, and also an aspiring professional wrestler himself, who I believe is still in training. And he
And
is
that I did not know.
a horror aficionado and
he's a horror movie expert.
what makes aficionado versus expert, but neither this nor that. But that pretty much sums up Skunk Rocker. He dabbles in code. He dabbles in obscure media as far as like DVD, TV, VHS. So if you ever need a VHS planned out, let him know. And then we'll go down to Mr. Danielle Hollyfield next.
Oh, I'm a very, 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 very minor league sci-fi writer, and internet publisher, and I make snide remarks and inappropriate comments at the worst possible time. And I'm an old guy. What can I say? And now we go to Lewis Lee.
Let's see. Originally from New Orleans, been here since '91. Here being the Tennessee Valley. Been a broadcast journalist for over 30 years and print journalist before that. I've been a journalist since high school in the '70s. But I got tired of doing 90-second documentaries called A News Story. And now I'm a documentary filmmaker and do long-form stuff and odd jobs and semi-retired. So just having fun. And now for John.
Oh, I'm John Scarborough. I was in the U.S. Army for almost 27 years. I shoot people and break things.
And he likes to blow shit up.
That's under the break thing category.
With this break things with large decompression.
Something like that.
Rapid unexplained decompression.
Oh, it's explained. It had to be explained.
I had to do it.
What was one of my favorite lines from a movie? There are few problems in life that cannot be solved with the proper application of high explosives.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lewis, you saw my description of hypergolic fuels today, didn't you?
I did.
Was that a good description?
Yeah, that was funny. But
I thought the best part was, and it's in a wagon going across a parking lot. That gives the effects of inertia as the enemy politicians leap out two at a time.
Yeah.
Pushing the wagon forward across the parking lot.
Yeah.
I gotta go get another beer. I will be right back. Let me see if I can. Oh, come on! There's a button down here. I know. Just show me the damn. Okay.
All right.
Bye, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and also we got another show. We're going to be ending this show in about 15 minutes. And then we got a second show coming up on my actual page. I guess that's probably where you are, Javi, on our. Is it hot? I guess I'm saying Javi. I hope that's the right pronunciation. If one thing's for sure, we can butcher a name.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I only worked in media for 11 years, so.
And Javi. Okay.
Did pretty good there.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's called The Stupid After Show. It'll be on my personal page. And we go for about another hour getting up. Just have fun. But Javi's saying he wants to get with all of us one-on-one if we get a chance.
I've already friended him, so that's easy peasy then.
Okay. Now, what are you wanting to know? That's the part that worries
Looks like
me.
he's doing an indie showcase.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I saw a quick little snippet of a video that played in my autoplay when I added him to my friends list.
Oh, okay.
Which would be a good plug for springtime once we get it together. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh, yeah. Definitely got to get our springtime deal.
Some horror in bloom.
Yeah. And also, I got to thinking, instead of running movies, we now have roughly 26 hours of programming that we can throw
In the middle of the night, yeah.
in the middle of the night.
And that's going to be the good thing about repeat online conventions. We don't have to run the same thing over and over again. We can do a shuffle every time.
Yeah.
And it's cool to play a movie or two to kind of like
To
super
break it
dead
up.
hours, like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Or like 1:50 to 3. But Yeah, because people are still kicking it around, midnight or 1, sometimes 2. So we'll do real people stuff then.
Of course, I've checked back with some of the people that have been on the panels, and they said they loved the way we did it. They, because we were in the back. Well, Blake, especially you and John, were in the background helping
Kind of guide things along. Yeah.
They actually appreciated that and liked the way that we did it different from all the other cons. When, we gave them the full screen and then we were the little voice in the background.
It does help people along, honestly. Yeah, I've seen it, like even larger conventions that I won't name that are summer conventions. I've actually looked into TV Startup. It seems like an interesting ebook to read. I don't know how much filler and fluff there is in that. I can't say for sure, but I've heard of it before. I had a guy talk to me about it at work a couple of times. He was big on the project, but even the bigger convention stuff, and it was just 2 people talking to each other back and forth.
Yeah.
And if something weird went on, there was nobody to save them. And this was, this is supposed to be from a group that has like $500,000 worth of television equipment, just for a convention. And they couldn't like buffer like a commercial in or a funny quip or something.
Yeah.
It just kind of like, oh, well, we got technical difficulties, so we're going to hold on for a minute and twiddle their thumbs a little bit. At least I could jump in, or John or Heather, or you could jump in and be like, oh, sorry that your mic's not working, but we got some really great stuff coming up, blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 4,
They didn't even have a problem for technical difficulties.
Sorry about the extra delay. Lindsay had pulled an ant sleepy, and the TV was still going. I had to wake her up and tell her to go to bed, which is a complete reversal of our roles.
She pulled an ant sleepy.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Or would that be like, well, she's British. Wouldn't that be like a nan sleepy?
You can debate that with her. I'm going to let her go to bed. I know.
All right, bring her in here. We're debating.
I know which side of the crumpet my butter is on.
Yeah. Yes, with the. There is.
Actually, not to toot my own invisible internet penis style horn, I was one of the first people to help produce a convention online. We got beat out by like a Chinese revolution group by the same name a week prior, but I ran a thing called COVID Cons, which is short for Community Video Convention, and we did it like within the first 4 weeks of the shutdown.
Yeah.
So it would have been back in March?
Mm-hmm. It was in,
tail end of March.
Well, COVID-19 prompted me to buy this little video switcher, and so far I've done a few meetings that people wanted to have multiple cameras and broadcast. So
it's a whole new realm.
Well, I have frequently wondered, because nobody knew what it was back then, did the final Anachrocon turn into a super spreader event in Atlanta?
That may have. For all we know.
It was February of this year. Nobody knew the disease existed.
I was sick in January. Like I was sick almost all of January with it. Like the first 2 weeks I was horrible, and I had flu A and unidentified respiratory infection, and for the first 2 weeks I was miserable. I eventually went back to work when my fever broke and I felt like I could move again. And so I did the next 2 weeks of work and then another week of work and then went to Anachrocon. So maybe it was me. Sorry.
No.
There was no way to test at the time.
my
But have you had an
sister-in-law,
antibody test?
No,
my sister-in-law, the neonatal nurse,
and they only
was
stay in for like 3 months
hideously
anyways.
ill in November of the year before. So my entire family was exposed then. And then we go to an Ecrocon in February, and I'm going, now with hindsight, did we actually have this stuff and pass it around without knowing it even existed?
Maybe,
Very possible.
it's the toss up. It's one of those things that we won't have full answers for a while.
Yeah.
Or ever.
Because literally, I did a saliva and sputum exam the second week I was sick because they told me, take this Z-Pack, 5 days. By day 7, you're going to be well as can be. You're going to be able to lift up a house again. And I was actually worse. And they put me on some cough suppressants and some other antibiotics and things like that. And I still, that second week I was horrible. 3 days into the next week is when my fever broke and I felt halfway human again. So I still went to work, heavy limbs and, fatigue and everything else. And my taste came back after about a month or so. I actually have a hilarious COVID-19 food story then. Yeah.
And then that happens.
I've been literally waiting to play it, and Blake hasn't shut up for 10 minutes. So.
That's what it is.
It's a nice roundabout way to go about the show, Scott.
Finishing what you were saying, and I clicked the button, and you started talking again. So.
It's all good. But no, I ate the spiciest chicken at a hot chicken restaurant, not knowing I didn't have taste buds that were activated. So it got me in the end, but that woman asked me how spicy it was, and I told her it wasn't very spicy at all, and she thought I was insane. But yeah.
I think the operative term was it got you in the end.
Yep.
And that's a Joe Dog joke.
Yeah,
Yep.
And Carly, yes, I did say penis, but I followed it with the letter E. And sometimes I use the apple I. And when you shake your E penis around, it's something that you do online, showing how big your weenus is. You can be a woman and shake your weenus around too.
I ain't touching that line.
You don't have to.
Oh, believe me, I don't want to.
And Lewis, you're headed for bed, right?
You know it. I've been up since 7 o'clock this morning. Had contractors coming to the house.
Oh yeah.
For what?
If I'd known you were looking for a good,
Carport.
dependable contractor, I would have gave you one. He lives right next door to me.
Mm.
So now you're dealing with not so dependable.
Well, they were supposed to have been here Tuesday to do everything, and they didn't get started until this morning, and they didn't get finished. So now they got to come back Monday.
Ugh.
Was it because of rain or?
No, because it was getting dark, and they're dumbasses.
And didn't bring
They got
lamps.
3 of them. They should have had that thing done in 4 hours. Took 6 hours, and they're still not done. And I'm sorry, we gave them money up front to buy the materials. That lumber's been sitting in a job yard somewhere. That is not brand new lumber. Some of it had mud on it, crying out loud. I don't care, but don't blow sunshine up my ass.
Exactly.
Well, I need a plumber myself, but I'm going to have to do it myself, and I can't crawl into the house until my foot is well, and I don't have to worry about gangrene and losing my toes.
What is it? You dropped a refrigerator or washing machine? Dropped a washing machine on your foot?
Dropped the washing machine on my foot.
Yeah, you need to.
And it was all because the tie-down strap that I had on my hand truck broke while I was trying to put it up on a shelf. A drawer that goes underneath the washing machine.
Oh, you ain't got one of them fancy front load?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
Those things are heavy.
And it, well, let's just say only my big toe now has an injury. The other two next to that are recovering completely from the bruise. I do have to regrow some skin on my big toe, but I did not lose my toenail, which is surprising.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be gone forever, but no. Thank me for not taking pictures and posting them.
Thank you, Dan.
But it was the most frightening thing that I have ever seen in an injury to my body. And I have had many, many, many injuries in my 63 years.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We got to just about...
somebody say something else, so I'm not the last word.
You're the last word. How's that?
Last word.
Dan, you've got the last word, because guess what? You can't say nothing else. And we are out of here. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Wouldn't that
everybody.
be the last word? Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, there.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.